No.
This is me.
I can't because I'm already smiling. Literally,
okay,
my
this would be
natural
my face all the time.
I can't because I'm automatically gonna smile.
I know. Or you like have to raise an eyebrow, or you have to be like.
Don't I look sad as fuck?
Yeah, you just look sad. You look like you belong in like an emo video. But you didn't change the setting on it?
I don't know. Oh. Duh. Well, that'll officially start us off. You said, ma'am, please, ma'am.
Please?
Why is there no beer on my coaster?
You know, you talk about how like I'm never usually clumsy. You never usually forget beers or stuff like that. Like I'm just so used to you just having it ready.
I don't forget something.
No. You are. You're not very forgetful.
I know everything.
That's great.
I memorized everything. Good quality. I remember. You can ask me like what we were eating somewhere, as long as I can like visualize it. Good. And sometimes I just sit and like visualize something that's not real just so I won't forget it later. But I'm usually pretty freaky about that one.
I guess I could say the same. Ish.
Oh, sorry. Am I not allowed to say?
No, you can.
Sit like you. We're already wearing the same shirt.
No. That's what I know. We really sweatered.
We keep doing that.
Every time.
I keep thinking
that was like the first one that
yours.
I know because I wrote that one time. And I also have a fucking mustard one that looks just like that too. And I got this one, and great minds just, I guess,
it's hot, bro.
It is very hot.
But how did we both pick sweater?
I even thought, like, is the sweater too heavy? And now I might be second-guessing myself that it was, but that's okay.
I was thinking that about these socks, but I don't want my bare little feetsies on camera. I'm doing such a good job of protecting them. They're really cute.
You
they
like
can't
these?
see them, but
yeah,
that's okay.
I wouldn't show you, but I'm wearing cute shoes. I did. It's too hot. Every time I laugh, I'm like, I can feel it.
Yeah, we're gonna take in some seltzer. We're gonna.
I'm just gonna. This is my.
I know.
This is me all the time. It's not as hard
at
work, so it's okay.
Episode 2.
I just gotta work.
Yeah, nothing will be as hot as episode 2 with the tequila.
We were so hot. We also, I think we were in like, was I in shorts? I think we were more not summer attire yet either, and
it was just a bad decision in general.
It's been hella hot though. This last week, stupid hot.
Yeah, man, real.
Like
hot.
I got in my car today and I was like, it didn't even feel like. I was surprised it was only 97, which sounds ridiculous.
I know it's
humidity.
It's so serious.
I tweeted about it today. I was like, I'm just never gonna be used to it. As long as I'm so humid. Sweaty humid. Like I took a shower this morning, got off work, took another shower because I was like,
I only take cold showers at all. Like I've never taken a warm shower in months. The funniest thing
after that, dude. I'm not gonna lie. If we were to take a poll right now of who takes hot showers,
you always want to take a poll. Let me be an individual. They don't have to agree with me. I cannot. I'm hot as fuck all day, no matter what.
That is an actual unpopular opinion.
No one likes taking cold showers?
Nobody.
Well, yeah, I don't like taking cold showers unless I'm really fucking hot.
But
I'm always fucking hot.
But you told me one time you don't even like taking hot showers.
No, I take lukewarm showers. I can't. When it gets hot, I get... Look at my little bird today.
I'm upset.
I cooked something.
What'd you cook?
I cooked Hot Pockets in the air fryer.
Oh, you told me this already. I'm stupid.
And I burned myself. myself.
Dude, it's the worst. Especially, like, right up in this, like, sensitive skin. I'm like...
Oh, sorry. Going back to weather, though, I know it's, like, small talk to talk about weather, which is...
I feel like we always... This is how... I feel like we've always somewhat started...
With small talk?
No, with weather.
It's crazy out here. It changes every 2 seconds. Like, it's definitely something to talk about.
Absolutely.
Michael moved in. I got another roommate, and he, like... was talking on the phone. I caught him talking on the phone, and he said something about, like, oh, it was raining really hard last night. And I was like, it was not raining that hard. And he was like, well, I thought it was raining. And I was like, dude, you just wait until, and then, like, not, like, the next morning, it was like, thunder, for real. But even still,
dude,
like,
and I was,
wait again until next time.
I was very excited for this rain. When I woke up to it, I was like, it's going to cool it off for the day.
You know, it just made it humid for 3 days straight.
No, it just made it extremely, like, you walk out in, like, swampy weather.
It's actually a lot like Florida.
Straight up. Yes.
I remember.
Or, like, Texas, like
Texas.
Texas is humid. You can't even deny that. Like, think about, like, Houston or...
Yeah, that's where my dad
honestly,
lives. It's
Oklahoma's humid. If we're even humid in that... And we have some, like, bad winters up here, too. So, like, that's what's, like...
Yeah.
You still get it all. You still get it. It's not even the fun, like... hot summers, because I do love summer.
Me too.
But I don't like humidity.
This got way hot though. I mean, from the moment I moved here in March.
Just because you're sweaty hot, like, it was like uncomfortable. Like,
hoodie. Sorry. Yeah. Oh yeah, sweaty.
It's just sweaty. Like, you're just sweaty.
Sweaty. But
I forget that you moved whenever it was cold.
Yeah, it was like slight occasional pants and like a hoodie, but then it was 420.
You thought it was
snowed.
Yeah.
And then it was like good summer, real good summer for a while, and then it was fucking hot summer, but then now it's humid summer.
It's August.
Is that a thing? I don't remember.
August, I just feel like it gets like the hottest it gets, but also with the humidity, and it's just like...
It's true.
We're all just living, surviving out in it. You know?
It's like, what is your go-to small talk when you have to talk to a stranger?
I usually ask them about themselves. So easy.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if someone just comes in and say, "Oh, hey, what do you like? What's like a question that you would ask someone if you like just saw them for and you're like?"
I would ask them what they did. I'd be like, "What do you do? Like, what do you do for a living?
What do you do in your day?
What do you do? Like, what do you do? What do you do with your time?"
Yeah. Because
like usually they'll like go into that and like that sparks up conversation, but. Small talk? Are you talking about small talk with friends or?
Yeah, like just people, all people. I think that's very much like if you go to a party and you have to talk to somebody and you're getting to know someone, but like you're just also making small talk. Like you don't. Or you're not like gonna ask them like their trauma right off the top.
No, yeah. What were your child?
Yeah.
Let's bond over some trauma.
Works.
It does. It does. Depending on how.
Yeah, or it doesn't.
Or it doesn't. Just depending on you just gotta read your crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
So you gotta do the small talk a little.
But then there's sometimes where it's like if something around your environment you guys can like talk about, you know what I mean, or if something's like weird or you're in a weird party setting, then you guys can both bond over. Yeah. You feel weird, you know, and it's kind of easy.
Mhm. But we were talking about that earlier. Mhm. You got something coming up. It's a little weird. That'll be cool. I'm gonna be making small talk with everyone. Usually
we have an engagement party coming.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to really.
And to be honest, neither of us, not a dang person that I really know. At least I don't know. I don't know what you do in an engagement party. I had to look it up. I had to literally look it up. I was like, what do you? And
do at an engagement party.
It's literally just a party to celebrate the engagement, but also it's like people to get to know each other. That is specifically what it's there for.
But coming as a friend instead of like a family member, I'm like, do I also get to know your whole families? Like, I'm not related to you, so it's like I'm excited to go because it's gonna be really funny. But
it will be.
I'm also gonna be chilled on the side because I don't have any.
And it's just gonna be bougie. Like I'm just not used to like. Having, I don't know, people that like people that like throw parties for you, like it's just for you.
Soak it up. Make a long ass registry. Oh my god, can I go registry shopping with you?
Yeah.
Or are you supposed to do that as like a couple?
No, I don't think so. See, this how much we don't know. We don't know. Do you?
I knew you were getting married. Can I like do all the fun stuff?
No, dude, that'd be so tight. Because I don't know what I want, but I think a wedding registry comes like later on. Like people don't.
Yeah. Well, it's closer to whenever you're actually getting married.
Yeah, because there's like engagement parties, wedding showers. What is the difference between a wedding? Wait, a wedding shower and a bridal shower. Are they the same? A wedding shower
is probably everybody. But a wedding shower doesn't, that's not a real thing.
What?
A wedding shower doesn't exist.
A bridal shower?
No, a bridal shower does, because that's where you
So a wedding shower isn't a thing?
Gifts, mostly it's like lingerie and stuff like that. Right? And then you have,
isn't that the bachelorette party?
Well, I thought there was like a daytime one and then party.
I don't fucking know.
There's like a daytime where you like play games, like toilet paper, wedding dress. I've been to a couple of these, so this is but the bachelorette party is where you get weird.
Well, yeah, I mean,
but it's just usually, like, and then you have a dress rehearsal, which is what you're thinking, like wedding party. I think wedding shower.
Dress rehearsal is definitely different, than the wedding shower, if that is a real thing. I don't think that exists. Because I think that's what you register for.
No, everyone brings the gifts to the wedding.
No, wedding shower. No, I'm pretty sure.
The reception. Every wedding
future sister-in-law was telling me she wants to throw me a wedding shower. A bridal shower? It's
probably
the same.
A bridal shower.
It's probably the same, right?
Yeah, it's probably just girls.
Just girls, just girly teens. Okay, well then fine. So what's a registry for? Just the wedding?
I think so. Everyone brings gifts to a wedding.
Somebody tell us. I don't know.
You should just hire somebody.
I have no idea.
Hire your mother-in-law. She'll kill it.
Yeah. She will.
She would. She'll be super prepared.
No, I know. Trust me. Like, she is absolutely showing what she can do in this. It's almost overwhelming. Like, it's so perfect. And, like, she was talking about, like, arrangements for all the tables, because she's renting tables for people to like, literally, like, converse at.
That is costly.
That's
getting
what I
arrangements
said.
is money, I think.
That's what I thought.
Wait, we're just like, maybe?
I don't know, and I feel bad. I'm like, so you just do this out of the goodness of your heart, I guess. I just feel bad. I don't usually, like, you don't
take... baby boy.
I know. I am pretty liked. I won't say much. I think I'm pretty liked.
I like you.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'm getting a little anxious about it, I
feel like I got it.
I think it's fine. You know, I brought in the tattoos first off, so like now it'll be fine. They expect me to have tatted friends.
You have like butt in my hand. Her
Mary
image
would.
of little middle school buttress is all ruined.
This is very true. I forget that you go so far back with future sister or mother-in-law, but yeah. That's okay. It's fine.
I mean, and hubby, the whole family.
The whole family.
It'll be fine. It'll be totally fine.
Yeah, dude, it'll be fine. Everybody grows up and does their own thing.
If you see this, I'm really excited.
We should definitely. I mean, obviously, there's gonna be pictures taken by several people, but we need to definitely get some footage from it just to show, like, you know, how fancy it is. Maybe had some little pop-ups so you guys understand what we're going to. But it should be fun.
Yeah,
we'll have fun. We'll have fun.
Yes.
But anyways, and then. So the last time that we talked,
like a month ago, I realized when I looked at it.
It's been a long time. That's why I was like,
we gotta get better on this, but also
we got really busy. We're also really trying to work out some kinks right now.
Yeah,
on top of all of this,
but also some improvements. And now we have a plan.
We do. We have a plan. It is very, very, very soon. Very soon.
I mean,
like, and I think that's why we're.
No, it'd be different, but we did finish it off last time, like, that we should not be able to film by the time we release, and we were like, we had to wait a little bit more. So, like, let's just
we did. But I will say, because we talked about the float trip, and basically we're going to release right after the float trip, now that we've kind of planned everything, 2 days after.
True.
Yeah, so we're not too far off track, but we also got a lot of...
pushed back the float trip all the time, so also... Man, I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm not too nervous about it. Now that I'm not bringing my dogs, I'm not nervous at all, actually.
Okay, yeah, that is true. You're not gonna have to worry about it. We're still gonna free.
Good.
Just to see what she's gonna do. Yeah. I feel like and that's what we're trying to do, is just expose her at a young age. Everything. So like maybe she'll just, because she's done well at it so far, you know.
Mm-hmm. She's doing so good.
Speaking of the float trip,
little puppy,
it's upon us. We talked about the float trip last time. We actually have a set date. We talked about this several times that we were gonna have a set date. Now we do.
Now we need to rent something and actually do the logistics of it.
Yeah, that'll be the easy part. Okay. I can absolutely get that all worked out.
The date's the hard part.
Yeah, the date was just a hard part, and then yeah, with my vacation changed like several times, and then trying to get us like work out our times together, but we did it. We've done it. So the last time that we talked about, because I went to the lake, which was like a few weeks back, and then you told your Winston story is what I do remember. So like that was that was
a long time ago. Since then
we had gone to the lava show at the very first one that we had been to, or the first one that
we went to another one just the other day.
We did.
Actually, I was gonna say, since the last time we filmed, I got a little bit more what's it called?
Cautious?
Cautious and a little bit more quarantined. I only started going places outdoors again. Even like just because like once I started knowing people that were vaccinated that started getting sick, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna hold this out for some more time anyway, which I was already being pretty safe.
Probably it's the same thing to do right now. If people just kind of like tame it back just a bit, maybe we won't.
So I haven't really done too much out in the city a bunch, just because I was like, man.
I know we've done stuff since then, but like, I mean, really, like, we've
a lot of hang out in the house.
We have hung out a lot.
Your sister moved to town.
Oh my gosh, you gained a roommate. I did not gain a roommate, but basically, because my sister's here, so, and we, when we are in the same city, we always hang out.
Michael's basically my brother, so.
Basically, so it's like the same. So yeah, I've got my sister coming to town. That's gonna be fun. Gotta move her in. Love moving. So
that's moving is just, that's all I've been doing for the past week. Which made me feel good, because I was like starting to feel really scrawny, so I was like glad I'm doing something active again. I'm gonna get a Fitbit hopefully by the next time, because I'm hopefully getting that in the mail soon. Not like a Fitbit, is whatever, a Garmin or something. The only reason I want it, other than the fact it was free, was because I want to be able to see like my heart rate throughout the day. I want to know like when it spikes, just because I'm excited. Because I feel like
an excited person like that.
I know, and I feel like it's gonna like, and I want to see it like on a graph throughout the day. Like, whoop. Like, remember whenever I was talking about how the challenge was airing tonight? Remember?
I'm getting.
Someone brought me home like a pizza or something. I don't even like pizza.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you just get random spurts of just like highs, and then you're just like normal again. Then it's like highs, and then you're just
today.
Level. I'm almost like weirded out when you're just at a normal level. I'm like,
I realized you were catching a weird vibe from me before this, but I usually have like a zone out time when I'm about to be or off, just recently off camera. Because I like right before this, you were like, you had a bad day at work. We were outside with the dogs. You like, so Reggie likes to poop in the grass now, and I'm like, yeah. I was just zoning out. And then I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, she probably thinks I'm not gonna be here tonight, but I will be. I'll turn it on. I'm just...
No, and it's fine, because like we all have those moments. That was literally me all day at work. Like, I just was going through the motions, like I was just like... Like, and it didn't matter who was talking to me, I was like, yeah. Yeah. Like, somebody asked me, like, you okay today? I was like, yeah, dude, I'm just like making it.
Just doing my job.
I'm just literally here to do my job in GTFO. Like, there's just those days. You're not just like, you're not super amped. Yeah.
I see so many, like, things happening in my job, like social things or whatever, and someone will hit me up like, hey, can I ask you a question? And in my head, I'm like, is it work related? But like, I can't say that because it sounds rude, you know?
Dude, you know how many thoughts like that go through my head where I'm like, that sounds fucking bitchy. I can't say that. But you want to.
I don't, like, I'm social when I am, and I'm not when I'm not.
We're just business
and, like,
gals.
Works, yeah.
Like, I am...
Being at work is not, like,
what I feel like
I don't choose to be there every day. You know, I did choose to be working this job. But
well,
like it's not my life.
You chose your role and to take on a lot of responsibilities, and with that, like, it comes like some type of composure with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't just be goofing off all day. Like, people that are like, I mean, you goof off. People do it all the time. I do my job.
Goof off, but I do my job.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Man,
I watched a segment of, I was trying to get our camera settings perfect on this one, which I don't know what I'm doing. But I went to a segment last time where I was just talking about how I couldn't do your job, and I think about it still all the time. Like every time, like I haven't even done your job recently, but just every time I see any sort of like service industry TikTok or anything like that, I'm like, God, I just would never. I could never. That's why I was so bad at it. Like it wasn't. I really tried my hardest to, and I was like a goody back then. Like I wanted everyone to be super happy. But like because of that, I would choke.
Because of that,
I would choke every time,
You'll
and
die.
then
eaten alive.
And they try, and they'll be like, "Oh, what?" And then I'll be like, and then I'll like try to fix it, but by that time I'm like, they fucking hate me, and then now I like look like that when I'm talking to them, like I'm like looking like hella distressed.
Which is funny because like I think about your job because we're in just two different realms of things, and I'm like. There's no way. That sounds hard as shit. But it's just like it's what the paths we took and like what we just randomly got good at. Because I don't feel like everybody just stays on track when you like get out of high school and do exactly what you put your mind to. You know what I mean? Like you just kind of. I feel like most people kind of just find their way in something that they know that they're really good at. Or just became really good at, to be honest. I mean, you can be good at a lot of things, and then you just kind of
what I learned
off with it.
This week is I don't think I really learned to read very well. I think I learned to skim really well.
You're a skimmer.
I was reading something today, and I was like, God, like I am not reading this right because I'm just skimming it constantly, and I can't like slow down.
Like absolutely, when we were like watching this video on like how to edit our own podcast one night, like we were just really
that was a hard night.
It was a hard night. It was lengthy and endearing. But the whole time you were like just skipping around the whole time. You could not sit there and just watch the whole segment of like what he was trying to explain. You were like, hey, get to the part, like, or you would just like read something like really fast. You'd be like, okay, I think I know what I'm doing. Oh no, wait, no, I don't. But yes, I do.
I'm like, I get it. Let me just.
It's so funny. It's like, I'm like that to a certain extent, but you were like.
I was like, there's so much to learn. I gotta learn it fast.
Yeah, you were like, I need a 5-minute tutorial. Why don't you just go ahead and put the fucking word down on Tutorial. But anyways.
Man, today I was, not today, it was sometime in the last week or something, someone called me a Midwest driver. And
Why?
I was like, excuse me, because, like, they took it back right as soon as they said it, because as they said it is when I turned on my blinker. And I realized that, like, nobody uses their blinkers out here. I've noticed.
Because, like, I don't even do it.
I know. I always use my blinker. I'm merging. I'm, like, going onto a street that nobody's at. I'm still...
Yeah, but you have lived in bigger cities where it's probably very essential to use your blinkers.
Nobody uses them here.
Yeah.
They'll be churning. They'll be slowing down.
They're optional.
Like, I'll be going somewhere and I will...
Or they use it they use it super late. Like, they, like, slow down and you're like, why are you slowing down? Why are you slowing down? And then it's like they turn on their blinker to turn. You're like,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what they're doing. But it's whenever we're coming towards each other and I'm trying to turn left on a green. And then they're like, straight. So I'm waiting till this car goes. And then they slow down. I'm like, come on. Like, I'm trying to turn left. Like, go faster. And then they're like, turn. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck?
It is the worst.
If you had your blinker on, I could have just tried to...
I get really mad.
If you're going to slow down.
Yeah, with people that do that. But at the same time, I'm sure I've done it several times.
Yeah, you probably do.
Like, and I know for a fact, like, if I were to switch lanes, like, if I'm, like, just gonna...
You don't even... That's so dangerous, too.
It's usually only if, like, there's not people around me.
Yeah.
Which most of the time... I'm not, like, usually driving in, like, rush hour. You know what I mean?
There's no rush hour out here.
That's what I was about to say. Okay, there is a bit of traffic.
That's the best part about living in a big city out here is there's no traffic. All the highways have like 5 lanes.
I can't imagine real traffic where it takes you an hour to get home even though you only live 15 minutes away from your house. What the fuck?
I was going to say the exact same, literal same increments of time. Because I worked in South Seattle.
My late ass self would never survive.
I mean, I lived in South Seattle.
In a real big city like that because
it was horrible. One of the biggest reasons I wanted to leave. And then one of the biggest reasons I started streaming in general is because I was I was like, if I can stream and then I never have to leave the house, if I become a full-time streamer eventually, I was like, I just never have to deal with traffic. And I did, but I did that in Texas. But
think about it, how much time you spend in traffic.
It killed me. That's what I think about everything, though. When I think about time and my time that I waste on things, I'm like, fuck this. I really want
and there's not enough time in the day already.
Yeah.
So it's just
that's what I'm saying. Why can't, click... I want to be able to, right now, we could, slow down time, but we can still live regular time. And then...
Or, I've always thought about it as give up one of the things that we need as an essential. Eating.
Thank you. Everyone says sleeping, but I fucking love sleeping.
I do love sleeping. And
I just wish I could pause time while I sleep.
If we couldn't sleep, right?
As long as I need, wake up when I need, it's just as soon as when I went to sleep. Why doesn't that work?
I get kind of groggy in the mornings when I wake up, but it's usually not terrible. And once I get going, I'm fine. But I usually don't have a problem. If I have obligations to be somewhere early, I'll do it. But it's still a lot of time. It is very time consuming. Mm-hmm. But with that being said, think about if you were to take away sleep, right? Think about if you were to get too drunk, right? And we never slept as humans.
You would just have to
suffer through that terrible drunken moment. Think about being on that level for hours.
Yeah, that would suck.
You would just be God, take the wheel. Or not for
really
2 hours. It'd be a full 10 hours that you. Can you imagine?
Wait,
would you be able to get drunk if we couldn't sleep?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. I do drink. I day drink. So, some people can't do that because they can't drink before they have to do things in the nighttime. But I can drink in the day and then be good for the night.
Yeah, as long as it's not white girl wasted type shitty.
It's still brunch.
We got pretty lit at that brunch.
Every brunch.
True.
I've never gone to a brunch unless it just doesn't have alcohol, I guess. But First Watch.
You're right.
Honestly, First Watch, is that a Kansas City chain specifically? Because I've only ever seen them out here, but I've seen them.
I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it,
actually pretty good. I think. For a chain for breakfast.
Brett thinks that if you're a chain restaurant, you absolutely just are a shithole.
That's not entirely true.
Absolutely it is. You told me on several occasions you're just weirded out by it. They're not local.
It is not local. If it's not a one-stop shop or a local thing, I just feel like it's not.
I do understand.
It's they have the warehouse sends them their food.
Everybody orders
in a thing.
Food.
I know, but everywhere I go out here, they're locally sourced meats and vegetables, and we got it from the farmer's market last.
All I'm saying is that local people, or local restaurants, not local people, but local restaurants, they probably order the same freaking food that chain restaurants order.
You're just being defensive because of your restaurant. Maybe your restaurant
That's not
orders
true.
really good food.
I'm defensive because of how many hours and how homemade and scratch our recipes are. It's obnoxious.
I think your restaurant's really good. I'm not laughing because I'm joking. I'm really serious.
No, I know, but it is. For us being as
a chain?
corporate as we
a chain?
are,
That's what I'm
obnoxious.
saying. This is what I'm talking
we
about.
have no... Why? Why are we spending so much time to, dish out, bro. For instance, our enchilada sauce. There should be no rhyme or reason for the reason why it takes as long as it does. We make homemade chicken stock. We make homemade au jus. Everything is from scratch. And I want to gouge my eyes out. Because it takes so long.
That's good.
But all I gotta say is, even if it's local, it doesn't mean it's always just made from scratch. And just because they're chain doesn't mean that they're not.
Okay.
But there are some. Okay, when you think of change, you think of fucking Frapplebee's.
Chipotle. Honestly, Slapplebee's, their appetizers.
I said Frapplebee's. She said Slapplebee's.
Appetizers are slapping.
But really, for cheap, yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't like
cheap and yes.
Yeah, but they're like not
they're
alcohol.
Like $2 shots.
I know. Oh, well, I mean, I guess
they
if
cost a hangover 9,000, but
I always like got a weird mixed drink there when I was younger.
I was
like, this doesn't have alcohol.
Did you ever? I don't know. You tell me how you grew up, but like when we went out, we didn't go out to eat very often. Like we ate, you know, home cooking was like a real thing, and my dad always did it, you know. But when we did go out, did your parents really like chain restaurants? Because like I feel like my parents being from, I wouldn't even say from the Midwest, but just the way that we were raised, like if we went out somewhere, it was usually like a chain type restaurant.
Mm-hmm. My dad.
Yeah, your dad is.
Only chains. I'll take him anywhere that's not a chain, and he will deny all of this, but I'll take him anywhere that's not a chain, and he'll just be like, "God, well, I mean, you want to come in here?" like every time. Then my mom and them didn't. They were big on Kansas City as well. Kansas City is like full of a lot of foodie places, so it was hard. It wasn't hard to like.
Speaking of, I just went to Arthur Bryant's the other day, and that's like a real historic. Like
I was trying to tell you
that have been, and we went to like the original location because I think there was a couple.
There's another
locations that they branched off of at the time there was, but the original location's the only one that's left.
Yeah. So okay. I was like, that's the only one I know.
Yeah, and it's got like, I mean, it's like infamous.
I was trying to tell you. I was surprised you had never been there.
No, never.
But you liked it.
But I'm also not from Kansas City, so I wouldn't.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I've heard a lot of good things. Like anybody that's ever told me like if you really like barbecue, like go to Arthur Bryant's, and I'm like, I've always thought about it, so that's why I was like, that's where I'm gonna go. And it was good. I will say, absolutely, hands down, I found my favorite barbecue sauce, and it's Arthur Bryant's.
It's so different. It's so different.
Good.
There's nothing like it.
There's not a tanginess I don't like about it. Mm-hmm. It is something that like
it's mustardy and kind of vinegar.
Yeah, it's people so know good. It. Like it was it's on. So I'm sure it's probably been on. I wouldn't say TV shows, but like
I mean,
channel.
Wasn't Obama been there?
Obama's been there. All types of pictures.
Oh, hella people.
Jimmy Carter went there back in the day. I didn't know that, but that was in the restaurant. They've got
a lot of pictures.
There are. It was, but they've started also back in the 1920s. They've been around since the 1920s. Can you imagine that?
That's what I was trying to tell you. I was like,
and like
that's
he started his own barbecue joint.
They
and it just
invented burnt ends.
Yeah.
My brother tried to tell me that, and I was like. Because I don't believe anything that anyone tells me. I found out that Missouri was the show me state, which I knew that before, but now like I don't know, it makes sense. I feel like I don't trust anything from anyone ever. I'm like,
always.
But my brother was like, they invented burnt ends, and I was like, I looked it up and I was like, oh, they did. That's crazy. Because everyone just threw them away, but they were like, nah. This shit slaps.
It's really good.
They are so good.
Really good.
But every time I get burnt in somewhere like anywhere else, they usually make them too sweet for me. I don't like them so sweet. Barbecue. I don't do fucking sweet barbecue.
I would have to agree with you there. I almost like a spicier barbecue. Mm-hmm. Like not like spicy like hot, but like almost like you said vinegary or. The one that specifically at Arthur Bryant's, like, I hope they bottle it. I'm going to find a store that bottles it just so I can have it at home. Cause I'm still thinking about how good that barbecue sauce was. I haven't had
barbecue since I've been back out here.
Have you really not?
Yeah, because I've just been trying everything else.
I was never a huge barbecue fan before I moved to Kansas City, and now, well, I get it. Like, it's part of your daily life. Like, you just kind of...
It can't be, though.
What are you feeling? I don't know.
Sometimes. Yeah, going to get a neuter at Gates. Mm-hmm. So deal.
Gates is also another fire one.
Because that's just always going to be
mention.
Good. Yeah, because it's for me, it's Gates, Arthur Bryant's, Big T's. Not in order, no order. There.
Big T's?
Big T's.
Haven't heard.
It's like
there's
super. That one's. Have you ever heard of LC's?
No.
It's right across the street. So I thought maybe
and LC's.
I know. I thought you might have like ever heard of LC's, and then you could have. No. I'd have been like, oh, the one across the street. But Big T's, I used to go to a lot in high school with like your mans and all of that group of people, basically that whole dude group. Mm-hmm. We used to go there, like, and they just give you like 2 slices of white bread, hella fucking.
Why is that such a thing? Why is there always bread with everything you get?
The barbecue sauce like so good in the bread. And
I never was a big fan of the bread. I will say
it is weird. It's just like kind of comical at this point.
It is, but it's such a thing.
But some people really
like. Even I got my half slab of ribs and there was a bread underneath it. Like you would put like maybe wax paper. No, they have bread. Put under it.
It's weird. They just like a couple slices of bread.
And it's normal. Or like pickles. Really. Pickles are just crucial. Don't forget the pickles. I won't say that much.
Speaking of like chain/not chain restaurants out here, there's this one called Chicken Waffle, and it's not a chain restaurant.
You have it put it twice on your story.
I love it.
So good.
I'll take you there.
I'll take you there.
It's not a chain restaurant, but the way that they do their branding and like they have professional looking videos in there and stuff, so
really?
They look like I thought they were hella chain, and then I like looked it up and I was like, damn, this is like. I think they might have 2 locations now,
really?
But one's probably in the Kansas side, I assume. But super good, and I have put it on my story twice.
Is it close to here?
It's like in Westport. Yeah.
Okay. That's where I was about to guess. I would assume a place like that would.
It's right next to Fish and Chips. It's like Chicken Waffle Fish and Chips.
I don't even know. There's been so many new places that have moved down in Westport. Honestly, kind of sad, but since COVID, there's
everywhere's out, everywhere's in. And West Bottoms.
Yeah, dude.
West Bottoms is
that's the worst part about the
mom
and pop restaurants and local restaurants. You don't have the financial capabilities of being able to support yourself.
I want to make $1 million and give it back, but
yeah, it's sad. It's super sad.
Yeah, the West Bottoms. I mean, the craziest thing is back in the day when I was here as a teenager, the Westport was like where the punk kids lived, and that's like all that was there.
Yeah.
And then like the Tivoli Theater was where like so much like that was like
that's
the
what
spot.
Everybody says too, and like the crowd has just completely changed.
And then next door was the Beaumont Club, like the music venue.
Uh-huh.
And then West Bottoms was
or where
Charbar is now, yeah. And the West Bottoms was completely like just trash basically, and like old creepy shops and.
Don't get me wrong, it still kind of is.
Yeah, but it's just now there's like, so many bougie. It's like. Getting a little bougie down there.
Because it just took some hipsters to be like down to go to something.
Damn, this is
right, cool. And then like that's all you need. Just that freaking bar that we went to that night, super fancy. Weren't expecting it. Voltaire. It was like super hipstery, vintagey looking, and we weren't ready for that setting. But
they weren't ready for us. They were like, can you not be here? We're like, oh, I'm sorry, we didn't know. Like, let's go. We're just trying to be here.
The whole ordeal was so funny. Funny because, okay, a little background.
Long story short, though, because...
Yeah. We went to this concert. We went to one of Lava's shows. We're going to meet up with some friends, like, later after the concert in the same area. You know, and, like, COVID's kind of been a thing that we've been talking about, so, like, masks are, like, a real thing again, and... not that they haven't been, but like
but
more.
When you were vaccinated, it's like...
Yeah. So anyways, we walked in, we were like, okay, we're just gonna meet some friends here, walked in, and it was like...
Met the friends, saw the friends, sat next to them.
Saw the friends, sat next to the friends, get greeted by the bartender, and she's like, it was so weird, like, I just wouldn't...
She was like, oh, we're not sure.
We're actually at capacity, but, like, I guess you can sit here, what do you want? And we were just like...
No, we can leave, or she's like, no, just like a round or so, and I'm like, okay.
So we can't.
She ordered a beer when she wasn't even drinking that night.
No, I said, you guys, I wasn't even drinking this night. I refused to. I just was not, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling very good that day.
I ordered an IPA.
You ordered an IPA. Our friend ordered an IPA. Michael
went and ordered an IPA as well.
What was so funny about it is because we got so nervous because this lady's like, you can't really be here, but I guess I'll serve you. So we all just felt really weird about it then. And we were like, oh, well, we can leave. And she was like, no, stay. And we were like, what? And so they were like, an IPA? And then next person, an IPA? And then Michael was like, yeah, sure, an IPA. And I was like, I'm not even drinking, but I can't tell her a water now. So I was like, yeah, an IPA. And so, like, at least two of us out of the group were extremely upset with what they ordered and only...
And you're trying to drink it as fast as you can.
Right.
We're trying to split the ticket, and then Sarah's like, no, I'm just gonna buy the whole thing.
No, just buy the whole thing. Like, let's just get out of here. But it was. That
was so fast. We felt so embarrassed. It was like so dumb. Looking back, I was hella dumb.
It was stupid, but Kind of. Warranted, but not, you know. I don't know. Okay, for me being in the industry that I am, like, I would never go to a table and stay that and not want them to leave. Or let them stay and not give them that answer. You know what I mean? Like, that just, it made us feel like,
should we go?
She's like, no, you can stay here and drink. She's like, there's only 2 of us here, but I was like, shit, like,
this is such a back and forth.
Walk out, like, we can, just, like, let us know. It was funny. It was very funny. We were, like, conflicted. And not by choice, but it was a fun night. We stayed out super late. Way too late.
It wasn't even that late. It was like, I don't remember.
Did you ever finish? Oh, you talked about your Midwest drivers and how they drive. We already discussed.
Yeah, blinkers. No blinkers.
No blinkers out here.
Hater.
And yeah, just no blinkers, you know. No blinkers. I feel like you get all types of people too, because like you get people that are like speed up and really like drive really fast, and you get like the.
Yeah. That's me sometimes.
Dude, you're too cautious. You're too cautious. It kills me. I'm like, I've got somewhere to be at all times.
I cannot sit not in the. I have to sit in the front seat when you're driving. When I'm driving, that's why I drive. Because 1, I don't get nauseous. 2, I have control issues, and I'd rather be driving.
I specifically drive because I get such bad nausea. So I get that.
Same. I just do not like
what it is.
Watching other people drive stresses me out. I'm like,
never.
Turn your blinker,
and I mean never get in the car with my sister. Don't ever do it. Don't ever do it. The scariest. And that is coming from somebody who is like quick with it. No, doesn't even pay attention. If she's watching it right now, she would absolutely agree with me. Like, thinks maybe she's somewhat of a good driver, but we all know that she's very wacky on the road.
It used to be wild. I don't know when I got so cautious, because I feel like I used to be like, woo! And then my parents made me take driver's ed, because they were like, you don't pay attention when you drive, and like, I need you to pay attention, so I took driver's ed.
What do you mean driver's ed? Like, after you got your license?
It was, I had my permit. Like, I got my permit, they were like watching me drive, and they're like, you need to take driver's ed. So I took driver's ed.
Don't you have to take driver's ed to get your license?
You Oklahoma. You had to take driver's ed to get your license? That sucks.
Of course you
take a whole class.
Dude,
no, they just give it out to you willy-nilly.
And then you have to go get in the car with your supervisor, whoever, and you have to, like, they'll be like, go parallel park. I want you to turn left down here.
Well, that's a test.
Yeah, that's the test.
But you have to take a whole class beforehand?
Well, yeah.
No, they didn't. They just, as long as you pass the test, you're good.
No fucking wonder you guys have crazy-ass drivers out here. I'm not saying that Oklahoma's much better. Especially to go down to Texas.
Y'all had Tiger King.
And you don't have driver's ed.
We have it. It's not required.
It's not required. That's weird.
You have to pay for it too. Yeah. I bet.
We meant to discuss this. I wouldn't say meant to discuss it. It's always like been a topic that we've been wanting to discuss, and I've never actually told her the full story because we've been waiting for a moment.
Every time she tries to tell me something, I'm like, she's like, save it for the podcast.
Wait for the podcast. I'm like, okay.
But you have been there.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Did you eat the pizza?
No, I don't remember. I was too young. Don't tell me I ate the pizza, because if you tell me I ate the pizza, I'll be super upset.
What did you eat all day? But you had to have eaten something all day.
I don't know. And here's the thing. What was so funny is I went. At the time who took me, it was my aunt, my legitimate aunt who had taken me, but she owned her own daycare, and we went to her daycare when we were kids, so they would take us on like field trips. Like, if you've ever
took all the kids to Tiger King.
Take all the kids to Tiger King, because back in the day, it's what you do.
Oh no!
And obviously, it didn't have the publicity like it does now. And I can't. I remember being at the facility, but I was so young I couldn't tell you much about it. Besides, there was just like a lot of tigers and lions and bears. Not really bears, but
I was gonna say that.
I was just Wizard of Oz moment, but no, it was just I don't remember if I ate the pizza or not.
You're okay now, though. You made it out.
Character.
Nobody got bit by a tiger.
What's funny about that is so when I lived in Oklahoma City before I moved here, I had a roommate, and I don't know how know she did this or what, but she meant to go to Turkey Mountain, which is like a place that you can go hiking. It's called Turkey Mountain, right? No, it's not called Turkey Mountain. It's called something. It's called something. There's like some big, I wouldn't call them mountains because there's not in any of them.
Yeah, I was going to say a mountain.
But they're like big old hills,
mounds,
right? Like
big mounds.
Big mounds of hiking on it, I guess. But there's a specific spot that has like trails and like people like do it because like what else do you do in Oklahoma? But she had like mapped out that and accidentally put in the not coordinates, but the address to Tiger King instead, like went the complete opposite direction. So they found themselves at Tiger King, and this was like recent. This was like in the last year that she did this. So like it was like after the documentary had gone out and everything, and like who's the guy that runs it now? The
I didn't even know it still happened.
Yes, did you watch the whole documentary? Did you watch it?
Hey.
Glimpsed it.
I mean, it was
you skimmed
quarantine.
It.
No,
you skimmed the documentary.
I watched it and I watched the reunion, but it was in 2020, and like my memory of 2020 was very high drunk. I mean, it was like Tuesday afternoon. I'd be like, well, what else are we doing? Like it was.
I built a lot of character. I took a lot of walks.
You became a walker.
I stayed outside for like hours, miles at a time. And we would just play outside. Actually, that was probably like one of the fondest memories. Like, I remember Keith came over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because like we would just had nothing to do. Remember when like everything was shut down for that 1 month? Like everything was just shut down.
That was you. Where I was, everything was shut down for a year and a half. Kansas City was not shut down. California was shut down, and we were scared.
Shut down, like there was no business.
I didn't see one person.
Like businesses.
Grocery stores.
I
didn't see anybody. I didn't go anywhere.
That doesn't mean businesses weren't open.
No, they weren't.
Certain things. Not
there was outdoor seating sometimes.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. And eventually they did carry out. But like for a month straight, nobody did anything. You remember what I'm saying?
Sorry, I get very defensive because I was very quarantined.
She's very quarantined. She didn't nobody else quarantined like in the Midwest, which we didn't take it as seriously.
That's what I'm saying.
As California, we're also not as populated as California as well. So
now they're dying of it. I mean they literally are too, unfortunately. But I mean like, there's a lot more out here now than like Missouri's like Florida right now in counts and stuff. It's crazy.
I don't think it's.
Yeah.
Is Florida the highest? No, it's Alabama, right?
Oh, well, either one.
There's something. Anyways,
Sorry.
No. We were just talking about.
They hiked all the way to Tiger King.
Dude, yeah, and she took pictures. Like they had sloths there, and they have like different types of animals.
Sloths.
I don't think I'd ever go back there after all that controversy. I just don't think I could. But it was Sean Lowe. No, that was a Bachelor. It was something low that took over. Somebody's gonna be able to tell me, but basically that put the Tiger King in jail and took over his dynasty. Basically, was something low. But anyways, he still runs it. It was the guy that was in the show that was there talking to my friend, my ex-roommate. Huh?
The no-leg man?
No, he was like the biker-looking guy. Like had real white teeth. Literally looked like he belonged in a biker gang.
Man, I can't remember anything about that.
He like came real late. He was basically like the business end of it and like really tried to get something going out of this gig, but like Carol Baskin and Tiger King really couldn't let that go, and that's like what was their fault.
The demise.
Right, exactly. And then this character who was kind of a businessman was able to like take over the thing when obviously he went to
long
jail.
hair kind of looked a little drugged out in the last little episode, but then in the reunion he was like, I wasn't drugged out, I was just sad. I think I know who you're talking about.
I can't even remember. Okay. They were all
Whatever.
somewhat.
That's
and I shouldn't say it this way, but like honestly, not all of us look that way. But if there was like a podunk version of like Oklahoma, that would have been the show represented.
You want to say that, but everything that's from Oklahoma, I'm like, it's very obviously from Oklahoma.
You say that, but like people don't be looking like Tiger King, okay?
My whole family in Oklahoma looks like Tiger King.
Well, that's your family. Look at me. Spitting image of somebody from Oklahoma.
Your dad?
He's not as bad.
No, he's not bad. I like some of the looks that come from Oklahoma. Honestly, it's very in right now if you think about it.
Is it?
Oversized, old t-shirts, very Oklahoma.
Super bikery type.
Yeah, the bikery vibe to it too.
My dad is literally at Sturgis right now for his vacation.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
It's just like what they do.
I hunted bullfrogs in Oklahoma.
That's a big thing. My grandpa had golf courses growing up my whole life, so like we spent all of our summers out there. There were tons of bullfrogs all the time.
They sound crazy.
Dude, they do.
Also,
they have
these cicadas are so loud right now.
I feel like I'm just used to that noise. Like if there was a certain summer noise, that's exactly what I picture when I come out. Like when you think of like Midwest summers, because it's hot, it's humid, it's these bugs in general. Like right now, the bugs.
I saw the largest centipede ever last night. I don't even know if it was a centipede. It might have been a millipede.
I haven't seen a centipede in a minute.
Well, I don't know what it is. It was furry and it had a bazillion legs. I don't know if it had. I mean, does a millipede have a million legs? Because that seems excessive.
No.
Maybe like
they don't. There's no way.
Why would you call it a millipede and a centipede if a centipede has 100 legs?
You think a freaking bug?
No, there's no way, right? That's what I'm saying. But why would you call it a millipede? Is it like a? What's a millennium? Is that like 1,000?
Maybe. There's no way it has 1,000. There's no way. Somebody look it up. We're taking a poll.
Somebody put this in the timestamp in the comments and tell us what a millipede is.
Let me know. What is it? Because the centipede 100% has 100 legs, right?
Yeah, that's why. That makes sense.
Cindy. 100.
Yes.
So
this one realistically could have had 100 legs on it. It was, and I thought like I could, because it was big, so I thought I could just like grab. I don't kill bugs. I don't, especially not large ones. I can't squish a large bug. It's disgusting to me, and also sad.
It is very disgusting.
So I
won't even go there and call it sad because it's not.
So I usually take.
No, do you remember what you did the night of the concert that we went out? You scooped that wasp off your wall.
In my house?
In your house. Bitch, tell me you don't remember.
I remember this vaguely. I remember catching something, but it was not a wasp.
Yes, it was. It was that blue wasp.
Oh, those are nice.
Shut
those
up.
are really nice. Those are super nice. And they're lonely little wasps. They have no family or home. And they don't bother anybody. They didn't
told you that.
They didn't sting me in my hand.
Only because you were being hella calm, cool, collected, which I don't know how.
I love bugs. A centipede, however, I can't have that crawling on me. That's too many legs.
No, none of them.
So I usually I'll usually catch it, I guess, or I will take it depends on my bravery in that moment. I was probably showing off a little bit that night.
You didn't even hesitate. We said, oh shit, there's a wasp on the wall, and you were like, open the door, somebody open the door. I was like, oh, what? I thought for sure you were gonna get stung.
I do remember that though, but I remember being doing it and letting it go out the front door and then being like, I can't believe that didn't bite me or sting me or anything.
No, I would have thought the same shit.
I don't know. I just instinctively did it. But anyway, the centipede, I was trying to do the same thing, but with a napkin or something, put it on the napkin. I'll kill it and down a toilet or something. I'll drown it, which is really, I think, probably just as.
You were inhumane, yeah.
I know, that's just as sad, but I can't.
All you're doing is moving into a different burial ground.
My intention was to take it outside, but it, it got a billion legs. So I'm 100, so it ran away super quick, and I was like, whoa, okay, all right. And I hid behind my hamper, had to pull it out, actually, I was prepping myself to actually smush it. Oh, I didn't want to, and then I got it to go on the toilet paper, and I just into the toilet made it. It was clawing its way out, wouldn't let it. But that's the closest, that's the one bug kill I've had all summer.
Well, and some of them are poisonous. That are local. Local.
Centipedes?
Yeah, or millipedes. One of the two.
We'll learn.
There's something about if they're all black. I want to remember I went to a camp one time.
That's a snake thing.
No.
Red
I'm talking about for real. No. I know what you're talking about. I'm not talking about milk snakes and coral snakes and no. I'm talking about centipedes and millipedes. There's real thing. I think they're actually poisonous. There's a local species out here.
These fire trucks are so. Thank you.
You knew it. You said you could have made a beat to it. You said
no. Speaking of, I cannot wait, which obviously it'll already be done by the time this comes out, but I can't wait to post all these weird videos I've taken of you in my life, us, so far. There's only like 2, but I'm definitely putting them on TikTok, and I'm gonna start, I mean, like, it's gonna be so fun to have a joint TikTok account. I think that's gonna be the best part, because, like, all my favorite things on TikTok are, like, people doing, like, regular things in their day and, like, being really weird, and like I feel like that is your favorite. That is like what we do, but we just need to record us doing it more often.
There's gotta be something.
The one of me you opening all the bringing out the, being high as shit and pulling out.
So you can tell I'm like
pulling out these toys.
We have to have more moments like that. Like I just need to be like quick with it, and I used to be so good.
You are so quick with it.
Yeah, who knows?
Know what side
they never know. Just whatever it feels like that day. No. We should. We need to be better at this. Like, I don't know what we got to do to hold ourselves accountable.
I got it. I'll be really good at it because I used to do it. So I'll do it, but you got to take the reins sometimes. But you'll start seeing where I do it when I.
We really do this shit, you know. So. Dude, I reference that all the time.
I've been pulling out so many inside jokes about the podcast to people, like,
and they have no idea.
I'm obviously like doing it for myself, and it's very dumb, and nobody knows what I'm talking about. But I'm so excited. I'm really excited for this week specifically.
I feel like every time that I've gone to like rewatch over it to do the timestamps and stuff, there's always just a few moments that are just some hooks that really just get me going, and I hope everybody else feels the same way because like. They're like,
actually,
this is stupid.
Alright, let's not talk about this anymore. It's me uncomfortable.
What are you getting comfortable with that?
Well, I don't know,
no,
normally,
they were normal moments. Like, we just were...
No, yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Sorry, I'm saying, talking about the podcast to the podcast it makes me uncomfortable.
I'm comfy.
Because, like, normally I stream, and then I let it go, and I don't know anything about it. I don't know what the fuck I said. I don't know what I did during that stream. Someone will show me a clip later, and I'll be like, what are you talking about? God damn it.
I'm sorry, you should have just told me. I was just...
Okay, out.
Dark moment. Dog moment. Doggies. Is that Reggie?
Yeah, it's Reg.
That's fine. Okay.
That's why it was loud. Sorry. I'm gonna keep that one in probably. You can hear me, Reggie, on the stairs, mama style.
You did, and you were like...
I said, keep it
I will
down
say
here.
This much, it's sometimes a bit cringy to watch yourself over again. Like, there's sometimes I'm like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut up. Why are you still talking?
I heard myself say like 50 times in a row in the last one, and I'm like...
Dude, there have been several moments, at least in like a moment in each one where I'm like, shut up.
But that's what it is. That's what it is every time.
Yeah, dude. And you just gotta be comfortable.
But, so, like, you can look back in, like, family videos or something from you from 10 years ago, and then you're like, oh, it's funny. So cute. It's so fun.
And
like, I'm so glad that
through it.
I'm glad I have this, you know? That's the coolest thing about my stream so far is it's been 5 years, almost, like, 6 years of my life just recorded.
Well, and that's what I was about to say is, like, you have all these memories.
So many memories.
You have so many memories, crazy. And like you can. It's like how many times have we just like I've been over at your house and like we've just been sitting. We've been watching random videos, random stream videos.
We'll watch like
random,
super old clips because she just wants to know parts of like she'll ask me a question. I'm like, oh, I mean, I'll show you this clip. And it's like hella relevant and it makes sense. She'll be like, oh, what's your brother like? I'm like, oh, well, our relationship was like this. Show him when my brother was on the stream, you know, show her, whatever.
Wild. It's so wild. And it's great too, because it's like, it's all footage that you wouldn't think to have, or, you know, maybe
I get hella
memories
emotional when I see it sometimes. I'm like, it's cute.
Well, or you can like think about a time that, or what you were doing in that period of your life, and it's like, it could have been rough, that could have been like a really high moment for you, like, who knows? Yeah. Like a high moment, not like a high moment. Or both. Or both. Oh, man. Okay, so speaking of high moment, we had thought about it.
Oh yeah, you tried to ask me about the first time I got high, and I said nope, save it for the podcast.
We haven't even talked about this moment with each other because we've been saving it for this moment to.
She always tries to. She'll ask me a question like
every time, and I want to know.
Well, because I think mine is kind of. I mean, I feel like now that I moved around a lot, I realized that
maybe
it's not that weird. But like when I was growing up, I was like going and smoking in the woods, like. That's so cool because there's so many trees and woods and stuff out here in Missouri. But really literally there's woods and trees like everywhere. But like Seattle.
Well, and I can so I have something to back up my story with that. To go into that. That's super Midwesty.
Oh, you
going into smoking because like it was like my first time smoking, then how I got into smoking a bit, but like it was all like that same era and like what started it really. I never went back.
But do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You go ahead. You already talked about the woods. Intrigued me.
At that point in my life, I had not done anything wrong.
How old were you?
19.
Okay.
I've not done anything wrong. I
think I was 19.
Yeah? That's cute.
Look at us. Because I stayed away from it in high school, which is crazy for us, like being the stoners that we are.
Didn't
like,
drink any alcohol yet. I hadn't kissed a boy yet. Specifically boy. I hadn't smoked weed yet. I didn't do anything wrong at all. Went out because I was only allowed to hang out with my church friends. Went out with my church friends and I was like, let's do something crazy.
It's always the church friends. It's always the fucking church friends because y'all are never allowed to like
do anything, so we're all
but you're all
doing
allowed to do something together.
Secretly. Yeah. We're allowed to hang out together and we're all still trying to
trying to have the same moments as
so I said let's do something weird, let's do something crazy, and then one of them was like, you want to smoke weed? And I was like, yeah, anything, let's go, like that's what we can, let's do that. So she called this dude, we met up at the park, my favorite park.
It's
in that horrible suburb. So, like, had a trail, you go in the woods, blah, blah, blah. But we didn't even go into the woods. We were just in the parking lot. But my first time was a blunt, and I thought I was gonna fucking die. Like, I smoked it, coughed my ass off, I smoked it. We definitely smoked the blunt, Got in the car and I was being a bitch. I just remember being like, does anybody have water? And like when I need something, like I get really demanding if I'm like not sober.
You're a Libra.
I'm like, give me water. And everyone's like, we don't have any. I'm like, well, we need to get some like water. So obviously we went back to her house. She was like, be quiet, my parents are sleeping upstairs. Let's go get some snacks and we'll go in the basement and watch a movie. Went to the kitchen. Started trying to make myself chocolate milk, which is funny because I was shit on you for making milk. I don't even like milk. I also don't even like peanut butter. But I was cutting up an apple
like peanut butter?
To eat with peanut butter and making chocolate milk.
Favorite.
I know, I bet. I fucking bet.
I literally sent you a Snapchat.
Do you just drink milk and like eat things with peanut butter?
Yes.
That just my whole throat would be like.
Today, I had peanut butter. I'm surprised you didn't smell it on you. Gross. So I was trying to make all these things I hated, but I was high and I was like, yeah, chocolate milk and apples and peanut butter. But I couldn't, like I physically couldn't do it. I was struggling. So I looked over my friend who was sitting on the corner of the kitchen floor, just like staring at me doing this stuff, like zoned the fuck out, obviously. And I sat down next to her because I'm feeling hella defeated, looked at my reflection in the stove, thought I looked like a horse, and just started crying. And I was like, I just got these black teeth sometimes. And like, she was like, literally like, bro, what are you doing? Yeah. And then I just she was like, okay, let's go to the basement. Like, 'cause she's like, you guys are fucking high as shit. Like, we gotta get out of here. Grabbed the jar of peanut butter, like literally just ate peanut butter while I watched Zombieland. That was Zombieland, of course. At least a good movie to watch.
I went to the bathroom and I saw my eyes like this and I was like, that's why that dude looks like this all the time. Like this dude I knew at church. I was like, bro, he's fucking high all the time. Look at my eyes right now. I look just like that guy. It was like the biggest realization. I was like, yo, people just be smoking weed.
You probably freaked out that girl so bad too.
She was my best friend, so she expected stuff like that.
That's hilarious.
I always thought I looked like a horse when I was in high school, which is so funny because I had a friend that really looked like a horse.
I don't think you look like a horse at all.
Stupid insecurities of teenagers.
I know.
Really do not think I look like a horse at all.
Matter at all.
So your turn.
So what is so funny about me smoking weed at the time that I did was because like I just never did. It had been offered to me several times, and I just always said no. Like I was just like no. I was always that.
No, thank you. You'd already been in jail at this point, right?
Huh? Yeah, I'd already done some drug life, so I was like, can't go back. No, that's not how it went.
I mean, it was illegal as fuck out here. For reference.
It is. Super. Everything's illegal.
Well, it's not. It's medicinal now.
Now.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what's weird is Oklahoma passed it medicinal faster than Missouri did. Like,
that is really.
Was really on the ball about it.
That's funny. Anyways, Kansas is fucked forever.
So, and the reason why I was so against weed is because I dated my very first boyfriend who I just was obsessed with, was like a drummer, and like was also a drug. He also sold weed. I shouldn't say drug dealer. That just sounds so heinous. He was just a weed dealer. That's all he was.
It's like casual.
As far as I know. But he just had this like secret life. He was just always stoned, and like it just put a bad taste in my mouth. I was like, you're just a loser. And he cheated on me, and I was just sad 16-year-old Sarah. But anyway, so I just never did. I always said no. I was like, I'm never gonna be that person that smokes weed. Like, nah. And then, of course, I graduated, and then I just I got a fake, got into the scene. Like, I was hanging out with everybody older. My best friend at the time was, like, at least 2 years older than me. So I was hanging out with people that were a good 2 years or 4 years or 5 years above me. And I remember we had gone out to this bar that we would go to all the time. Like, literally, we get, like, employee pricing on it. It was a little bit ridiculous.
With the whole fake and everything.
I know.
Litty.
No kidding.
Alcohol used to not even taste like alcohol back in those days.
No.
It would just whoop water.
Like, and I just did it all the time. Never had a problem. Never had hangovers. Just woke up, no big deal. Would go to work, work a double, work.
Yeah,
10 hours and just not even think about it. And then I get home and I do the same shit.
How? Every day. I wish I used that energy for something so much more productive.
That's what I'm saying. We were stupid. But what do? Those were also my funnest times too. My fondest memories. But so anyway, so we had we were at this bar, and then like my friend Braylon at the time, his name was Braylon.
The dude too.
What?
Sorry, the Braylon got me, and then you said a dude, and I was like, because I was imagining like a little thin blonde girl named Braylon.
Oh, really?
And then I was like,
no,
Braylon.
No, actually quite the opposite.
That's like, a horrible name.
Big burly.
Yeah, is it spelled with an I-G-H-L-Y-N?
No, it's B-R-A-Y-L-O-N. And we were actually really tight back in the day. Like, if Braylon were to watch this right now, he'd be like, I'm getting hit up right now. We were tight back in the day, but, and we just all hung out with the same friend group. This, like,
my bad, Braylon.
The hillbilly friend group. Honestly, some of them were, like, really, really, really country, and, like, I didn't fuck with them as much, but, like, Braylon was cool. And so we had a little house party at his house, and honestly more like a kickback. There weren't like too many people. I just remember sitting in the circle, we were playing a drinking game, and everybody was like passing this bowl around. It was just like, and he had passed it to me, and I was like, no. He was like, can I just ask you a question? I was like, yeah, why? And he was like, why? Why do you say no? And I was like, I don't know. He was like, you should just try it once. I was like, I think you're right. I think I should just try it.
It's like the definition of peer pressure.
Absolutely is. Like, we were all sitting that. Which is so funny that you had like your moment, because mine was like euphoric almost. Like it just slowed down time, and I instantly felt it. Like the first hit, like I felt it. Like I was just like, whew.
I know, it's crazy.
I felt like I just
say that they just don't feel the need for like multiple times.
Several times. I know
every time they're like, I just can't get high. I'm like,
no, sweetie.
Come hang out for a week.
I know. It's like, you just wait.
Come over.
just hang out with the wrong crowd. But yeah, so I instantly gripped this bowl. I felt it just a little bit. I was like, everything just felt really slow and lethargic. And at the time, I remember I was like talking to this dude. He was like super against weed. And I just called him up. I said, I smoked weed. Nah, bitch. But it was awesome. It was so great. anyway, so I like kept him in this bowl. We're like playing drinking games, and I just got intensely hungry, of course. So like I'm just seeing pictures, and like all the pictures from this party, like my eyes are like this. I'm like, I'm just like amazed by everything. Like it was just.
You know, like those fish from SpongeBob.
Yeah, it's not like it was cloudy or anything. Like I was just like, this is what people do. Why do they fucking love it? And so what led into that is my Native American friend. His name was Stacy No Fire. What a name.
Damn tight.
What a name, right?
Kill it with those.
I know. He even got me like a blessed dream catcher like for my birthday one time.
Cute.
But so we would hang out with him all the time, and he like also was like one of our like smoking buddies. And what was so significant about it is like you said like you started smoking in like the woods and stuff, is he lived on like Indian territory, like off like way off like in the far out of city limits. And he lived on all this land with like all of his family. And so like we would go out to his house all the time and like sit in this like field of grass and just smoke like pinch hitters, you know, like those little one hitters, and just get obliterated. And like we just did it. It was like almost a nightly thing. We'd get off our shift, me and my best friend at the time, or we still are, but she was just my smoking buddy. Like we both like kind of heavily got into it at the same time, but like then that's what we did. We'd like get so excited. We would like get off our shit and be like, bro, you wanna go over to Stacy's?
Smoke some weed.
Yes, bro, we go out to like his like land. We'd have like bonfires out there, and like we'd just sit and just like watch the stars and like just get obnoxiously high, go hang out in his shed.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I feel like once you really do it like for realsies, you're like,
yeah, dude, I was like,
you do it and you love it.
Fuck with this.
I mean, it was me and Chad all the time, every day. Like,
yeah, dude, and it was just like it was the same people. Yeah, absolutely.
It was me and Chad.
And at the time,
yep, you want to smoke? Yep. Dude, he made this bubbler.
Chad, of course.
Yeah, no, it was Chad and I. And it was. He had like a. He made like a Maker's Mark.
Oh my god, like a
a bubbler thing. Like there was
what do you call
beads
those?
in
Gravity bong type.
I don't know.
Like you would stick it in the hole, or you would stick it in the top and like drill a hole in the side, and then you'd let the water drain out.
But not at the bottom. I can't really remember because there was like beads and stuff in there. I like don't actually remember how, but he did get a hole in the side for like the bowl piece. I'm pretty sure. Excuse me. I think it was just a bong, like a big.
It was
bong.
always just a water bottle or a liquor bottle of some sort. Those were your makeshifts. You got really good at those.
But then I moved to Seattle, and then I had everything I could ever want. Yeah.
Crazy.
I remember like going
and did you
to
ever go back?
Fest. Did you
ever?
Seattle?
No. Like, did you ever like? Was that your introduction to smoking, and then like that was just kind of it for you?
I did take a long break when I got married.
Oh my god!
Because I was married to a military dude.
Right.
He couldn't smoke, even though we used to smoke together all the time beforehand.
Yeah.
So I quit because he had to kind of thing. I was like super good domestic housewife. I was trying anyway. I was really bad. I would burn everything. But I cleaned really well. I used to be a house cleaner, so I knew how to do that.
Sorry.
Maybe that's why. I'm just kidding. Anyway, I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, I quit smoking weed for a minute, and then I met all of my like Seattle friend group, and they smoked blunts all day, every day. And I would be like, I don't, like I can't, like, and I tried, and I would just fall asleep. But that was like the stage of my life where everything just made like, I just used to, I don't know why, but I would like start getting like so obnoxiously tired that I could not stay awake, and I would like literally fall asleep in the most random place. I know. I don't know where that was. I think it was because I was like streaming and working a full-time job. I would literally just fall asleep anywhere. Like I would just. That was me all the time. Everywhere. I was literally known to ghost when I was like partying at a young age. Like I would be known to like drink heavily and then just like leave, beeline, go like catch an Uber home, or like go sleep in my car, or like never to be found until the next morning, always. But I think it was also probably because we were like young, because like I think about it now and like I just like babies, you give them sugar and then they pass the fuck out. Yeah, dude, it's like alcohol. Like we never learned to like consume it at a functioning rate, so we would just and then it was like or it was like oh my god, I'm lit, and then it's like I have a hit of weed and you're like so like you didn't know how to keep it going. Yeah. So eventually once I went to Hemp Fest, I was like, because I could smoke pipes and it wasn't too harsh for me again, which is so funny that, like, it just became so harsh to smoke blunts again after, like, only, like, a year of not smoking weed. I wasn't even married for a year. But I guess I was dating with him, like, a little bit beforehand. But point is,
I don't even mind
I also
smoking
still smoked weed in my pipe while I was married every time he was deployed. But, like, blunts were just a whole new story again.
It's empowering.
Whole new story.
By myself, of course.
I got this weed by myself. I don't even know anyone here. No, everywhere I go, people ask me if I want to buy their weed. I don't know what that is. Like, when I walk down the street, some random person, hey, you need to buy some weed? I'm like, what? Why?
I was drunk as shit on the Las Vegas Strip one time.
Got me.
And somebody gave me some straight Reggie out of a bag, and I just paid for it because I was so drunk.
My dog Reggie. I had never heard anyone use that term yet in the past 3 years. I mean I've been using that term forever, but I
straight Reggie. Oh yeah, dude.
That's literally why I named Reggie.
Of course.
Because Monty's Munchies.
And I knew that's why. That's why it made so much sense to me when you said Regina Reggie. I was like, I know why you really.
Because it's like Monty Munchies.
I know.
Regina Reggie. It's like weed terms, but also names.
Names.
Anyway.
That's funny. Well, it's funny. Like, when I first started smoking, and then, like, that little time area that it was, like, here and there, I don't think it was, like, an everyday thing, but it was, like, every couple of nights, like, you know, would be gone. I don't think I ever went back really after that. Like, it just kind of really progressed, and then just progressed, and then progressed, and then it was just, like, I just got to a point where I was, like, I'm just, like, a happier person. Like, and I could really do the shit that I wanted. Like, I realized that, like, drinking wasn't always, like, the scene for me, and
same.
And just some of the shit that was, like, super mainstream was, like, I was just, like, I just wanted to smoke and chill and play video games.
If they said, you know, choose smoking or drinking for the rest of your life, I'd be like, smoking. I just enjoy the flavor of beer a lot. I love beer.
I will say, since, like, you've come back into town and, like, really not make me, but, like, we constantly drink beer together.
I love beer.
I do. I like it now. I used to never. You would never catch me ordering a beer.
What?
It was always a mixed drink or wine.
You've been
or just straight
beer.
liquor.
You drink
I know.
Beer.
That's what I'm saying. I never did that. You can literally ask my fiance. I never do that.
Weird.
Never.
I was actually talking.
Like, I used to tell him, like, how do you casually drink a beer? How do you casually drink an IPA? Love it.
I was thinking, though, today you were saying, like, why you never went back to not smoking weed, and I was literally thinking, like, 2 days ago, I was like, remember those times that, like, I just used to wake up and be like, I'm really nauseous, and today feels like a bad one. It would be all day, me just being out of service could be so nauseous, or, like, I would be so anxious about everything, and, like, I'm still pretty anxious. You've seen me drive, you've seen me do things.
You are an anxious person. I am not.
Yeah,
just crazy.
I know. It's nice. I need someone to be like, yo, what the fuck? And they'll be like, you're right. You
do. And then you're instantly fine. As long as you're, like, reassured from it. Like, you're not a bad type of anxious. Like, I've seen people that, like, anxiety, like, really...
Yeah, I just need to, like, talk myself through it most of the time. But, like, also I smoke a lot more weed. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, catch me 6 years ago, or 9 years ago. What year are we in right now?
21.
So when I was 2000, like, catch me in, like, 2012, 13. And I was constantly sick, nauseous, constantly, and anxious as fuck. Could not do anything. I'm productive as fuck. The moment I wake up and smoke my weed.
What is crazy that you say that is because I felt the same way. I was constantly nauseous. Like, and my dad has really bad motion sickness. Like,
me too. My dad does too. Why are our dads the same guy? I've seen a picture of your dad, and I'm still not convinced we don't have the same dad.
They're kind of similar.
He was really trying to avoid you that last time he was in town.
Yeah, I did. It's because he knows.
I'm gonna see your dad maybe on this engagement party unless something comes up.
You're going.
You're going. I'm saying he all of a sudden is gonna be like,
and everything.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's just literally catfish. He's gonna be like, oh no, my car broke down and my neighbor needs me to fix their.
Well, it's funny now because, like, now that you've seen my sister, she's like the
she's the me. She's the me of you.
She's the the intertwining between us.
It
where it's like,
but y'all look super alike.
Yeah. I
don't really have any of the facial features of y'all.
No.
But it's just the body,
the hair type.
Her hair was really similar to mine.
Very, very. You should see it straight too. If she ever straightens it, y'all have the same way it parts and everything. It was bizarre.
A little odd. I was mostly weirded out just seeing, because I've known you now for a minute and then just randomly seeing this
I know. It's very creepy. I knew it was gonna freak you out too, but I didn't want to tell you that. I was like, you're just gonna have to see this. I was even thinking we have the same set in eyes. Yours are more lively and cartoony, right? You know? They are. I feel that way. I feel when I look at you.
You talked about your dead eyes in the last one.
I have dead eyes and my sister. We have dead eyes. My sister got these
wish I could give that face that you give sometimes though. Because when I want to give a serious I can't even do it. Give me a deadpan. Yeah, man. When I do it, I look sad. Look at the camera and do a deadpan. No.
This is me.
I can't because I'm already smiling. Literally, my natural face
all the time.
I can't because I'm automatically gonna smile.
I know. Or you have to raise an eyebrow, or you have to be
Don't I look sad as fuck?
Yeah, you just look sad. You look like you belong in an emo video.
And then when I want to give a stare, I'm like.
Right, dude. You're being a character.
Ben Stillery. That's why you'll know if I'm upset with you because I'm literally gonna be like.
What's funny is you were definitely that person that you read every emotion on your face. If you're done with the conversation, absolutely. 100% it's just turned off. You're just yeah. Yeah.
It sucks sometimes.
And some people are yeah. No, not you. You're we're done. And I love it. I do. I love it. I love the authoritativeness of it. Because you'll even do it out in public.
Oh, you keep going sometimes. Some dude will be talking to us, telling us the whole thing, I make $5,000 a month. That was a serious thing, and that's, if you're watching, little bro, you should not talk to girls in public, ever. He was horrible.
Sisters watching?
Yeah.
Didn't enjoy your company.
So, he was talking, and the whole time I was like, this.
You were done.
I was trying to make him leave. So it was, Oh, yeah.
How? How? And I do not care to be a bitch, but there's just some situations where it's just too awkward. It's too awkward for the silence around me. It's
stop engaging him.
And you're not helping me.
You're you didn't help me at all. I was like, yeah, nobody should be helping.
You're sitting here looking at the other wall, and I'm like, fuck. And then I got myself in it, so that'd be weird if I was just
No, I would. I don't know that guy. I'm never gonna see him again.
You're braver in that way, in that aspect. You are.
I guess.
In that aspect, you are. Absolutely. I commend you for that, but there's no way. I'm just so used to turning it on with
customer
people.
Service too hard.
Yeah, dude. You know how many times I do that a day? I'm thinking about something else. I'm like, yeah.
I think I've really started to
I think also as you get older, you just cut the bullshit out.
Also, I think I did learn a lot from corporate dudes at my job. They're ruthless. And I learned you can be just as ruthless. And you can get away with anything, basically.
See, I can be...
And a lot of the friends that I had in Seattle really sculpted that in me, too. Just do what you want. Who's gonna, what are they gonna say? No. And okay. And then once I started living like that, and then you're not afraid of anything
see,
how we
that's
smoke
just
blunts out in the outside areas of bars and stuff. We'd just be lighting those up nobody. What are they gonna say? Put it out.
Oh okay. No! See.
Oh no.
And they did. They totally did.
We were already done with it, and they didn't tell us to put it out. They told us to go downstairs because the balcony was closing.
They knew what they were doing.
Well, we put it out before they said anything because we were out of it anyway.
The balcony did close. Behind my hand.
The balcony did close.
Bullshit. This is what she tells herself to make herself feel better. She literally walked over there so hot. I was like, y'all need to go downstairs right now. And I was like,
well, we started smoking it downstairs. We smoked one downstairs too.
Yeah, they probably were keeping an eye on us the whole time while we
And what's the worst that happened is we had to go to another part of the bar
No, the worst part was we had to keep up this conversation with people that I will never forget that night.
Yeah, no, we learned our lesson about smoking blunts in bars because everybody wants to be a part of it. And I was like, I don't know you, and there's a pandemic, like, don't come near me. We didn't let them.
Yeah. No, dude, and it was just some characters too. It wasn't
So
just
many
normal
characters.
ass people that were like.
Everybody had like
a story, a real story. All of them did, like, and really tried to captivate us into it. Really tried to bring us into this shithole. We were like, bro, we are just.
There was one guy that was just sad. So sad, and I felt really bad for him because like. He just wanted someone to hear his story. He just got broken up with or something, and he was just sad.
Dude, like
it was not the group, not the moment. Another girl who was on a very awkward Tinder date who wanted to get rid of him but couldn't figure out a way.
And wouldn't tell us at first.
And then another girl coming over to try to buy drugs from this other random man.
Oh my god!
And then to avoid being weird about it, because this man was trying to smoke the blunt, which obviously we said no to all these people. This man was here. She wanted to get with this man to get the drugs. My brother was in between them, so she started trying to talk to my brother. My brother is not the one to talk to.
Not the
Doesn't
one.
want to talk
Not
to strangers.
the one to do that.
So he's uncomfortable. Like, why is nobody saving me from this? My wife is just over there. Like, why? What's happening? We're all like. But we're also like, okay, like, we told you to sit here with us. But
we did, and remember, we even offered it. He was like,
come on. He's like, I'm okay. Just awkward. Like,
it was.
Couldn't understand how this situation was happening. But honestly, it wasn't really weird.
What?
We had a lot of stuff going on. So, yeah, everybody's story was prominent. And ours were just watching it all go down.
Like,
we
just kept trying to get away from the group and, like, just do our own thing. And it's like, the stories progress with us, and we were in it at that point. Homegirl tried to dip. She started making this scene. Started trying to get Shane back over to the group. Then she dipped, and the guy was like, "Oh my god!" Her like Tinder date out of the whole night. Finally, in the middle of our group, was like, "So she just left me?"
Well, because she brought me in, like, let's go get beers, and I was like, okay, cool. And she was like, what do you want? To her Tinder date. Went inside, we got the beers, and I was like, alright, I thought you said you weren't feeling him. And she was like, I'm leaving, you're gonna bring this beer out to him. And I was like, oh, shady. And she was like, oh, he's clinging on to me, and I'm leaving in the morning for Iowa or something. And I was like,
Montana.
Alright, I get it, whatever.
Something up there.
And so luckily you came out, because I couldn't carry all those beers together. Went out there, and he was like,
and what was funny is because,
she said she had diarrhea.
Gone. You did. You were like, she's sick. She went home. She told me to tell you. And
I said she told me to tell you that she had diarrhea. Because she did say, tell him I got sick or something. But I added the diarrhea in there.
Yeah, but he was very like, I don't want to out the guy for it, but he was very psycho about it. Like, was extremely offended. And just left our group and was like.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. I would feel that way.
You would too.
I would be like, what am I doing here then?
At the same time, I almost felt like he could have like gone after her out of that moment. He was just being weird. It was just a weird.
I don't do on.
She was actually kind of cool. I did not dislike her. She was just
follow
a big
her on
old
Twitter.
character.
Shout out to Ivy or something.
Did you follow her?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
I told her she was an experience.
She was an experience. She was a little crazy gal. She came right over as soon as we. She said, "Hey."
She touched my hair, but she asked first, so I was like, okay.
Okay.
Consent is nice. I don't like when people just touch me.
She seemed like she was not from this era. Does that make sense? Like, she seemed like she could have grown up in a different time era. Like, she could have been. She was just such a character, dude. I talked to her for a long time. I was like, bro, you were not from this century. I'm telling you
that was
right now.
A really weird bar night, I realized. So it was also weird just because I have never really experienced going out with my brother and his wife. Like,
yeah,
as
that was
adults.
also like a.
So it was super tight. I wanted to do that all the time, but I know there's kids and there's lives. I want to do that all the time though. That was so fun.
It was a fun time.
And you finally got to meet them.
And they were tight.
Your family. We do need to go to Oklahoma though. I was thinking about that, and we really should do that in the fall sometime. That'd be fun.
I will. There's tons of things that are going on anyways. We should find a time that like
go on a hayride. I love hayrides.
There's so many of them down there.
Well, there's so many everywhere around here.
That's very true.
Man.
Or like the scary corn mazes or.
Corn mazes are scary as they are. I do not want to go into a haunted corn maze. Every time I go in a corn maze, I have ticks. Also, that's another thing. I get ticks.
Oh, that's weird. I've never had ticks. I've gotten cuts from like the the ears of corn. Like,
you think that they're like when you see movies and stuff, you think like, oh, I'm running through a cornfield. Like you cannot run through this.
You're getting sliced.
They're little trees.
They are. They're little
trees. You cannot run through that shit.
And they're not
like you can't go unless there's a trail. Can you? And if it's. I just really was not prepared for my first time in a cornfield, being like, damn, these things are sturdy. You can't run through a cornfield.
Dude, we used to do it like every Halloween. Like we would go to a specific one that we went to. Yeah, or get hit in the face, or like you were literally partying with your hands and like.
Yeah.
Like I would come out with like my hands like in a.
That was it. They're scary. Corn mazes are as scary as they are.
Yeah, and talking about if somebody's chasing you with the chainsaw, you were dipping out of there. I wasn't even paying attention to the. There's one out in Lewisburg. Lewisburg. They do like the big apple cider mill out there. It's like super famous in this like area. I didn't know much about it. I'd gone out there this past year for October, and it was actually really cool. Went to the corn maze. It was cute.
In Oklahoma?
Blunt. No,
or in Missouri?
This was here. This was like last year. Like, it's like I want to say like 45 minutes or an hour out.
That's not so bad.
But like it's a big old like it's known for I'm sure you've had their apple cider. It's like their known apple cider. They carry it in all stores. But like it comes out of this like factory.
Nice.
And then you do like a little corn maze, and it was cute. And then you like pick out your pumpkin. It was actually like a little experience. I don't know.
I hate carving pumpkins.
I like them. What? Why? You don't like the insides?
No, I actually love that part. I am bad at cutting the shapes, and so it makes me mad. I know. You would think I'm really good with things.
You just get shitty knives, and it's easy. You just take your time.
The shitty knives, I think, is the problem. Give me a good knife, and then I'll see if I like it. Because like I can't do what I want. Just trying to be fucking plastic little shitty knife.
What are you trying to do? Like a Picasso piece?
Yeah. I don't want to make triangles. Like I want to make something cool. One time I almost made a dragon.
Almost?
Didn't quite work out. But that's what I'm saying. I have shitty knives. Like I think that's why I hate pumpkin carving, because it's just so amateur.
Just get a machete.
I have a machete, but it's too large.
What'd you do? That's some shit. Does anybody
I actually
else
just found that.
People do corn mazes other places? That's probably definitely a Midwest thing, right?
I think that there's corn mazes and hay rides everywhere, but there's a lot of fucking corn and a lot of fucking hay out here. So it's like
it's a thing.
It's like a real thing
farm,
here.
Mill,
like when I went to a state fair in Washington, they didn't even have like pig races or any kind of races.
And I was like, zoo at all, or
there was
what, like rabbits?
Yeah,
guinea pigs?
There was like a really big pig, but they have no like races of any kind. Like that's what I always love at state fairs, when the pig races or the wiener dog races.
State fairs in general are just, you can't. And I've now been to the OC State Fair. Can't be beat in the Midwest. Can't be beat. It's cheaper, obviously.
Less crowds.
Less crowds. Authentic ass shit out there. Things you'll never see.
Sedalia. That's the home of the Goober Burger, where they put peanut butter on.
Leafy Goober?
Is that what it's called?
No, I was just making a SpongeBob reference.
Oh. Goober Burger, they put peanut butter in your burger, and chocolate Cokes. It was like a diner that like invented that, supposedly, or something.
I've had peanut butter on a burger, and it's actually quite
really good.
It's good.
It's super good. I kind of forgot about that. I want to try that again. That sparks a weird memory. I want to like try that in my life. This is random, but I just can't stop thinking about it, because my sister-in-law makes gardens and makes foods, and she's so good. And she'll like
forages.
Like she'll like, oh, can I make you dinner? And then like go out into her garden to like grab herbs and make something beautiful. Like I was sitting there and I'm so itchy right now. I don't know. I think the poison ivy's back. I'm so paranoid. But she was like, I wanna like. Or he said something about, the kids just started eating a tomato out of a basket. And I was like, are those homegrown tomatoes? Because, like, the only time you eat a tomato just is if it's deliciously homegrown. Mm-hmm. I was like, is that a homegrown tomato to the 6-year-old? She was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, man, like, let's make a sandwich. Like, sneaky little child, like, let's make a sandwich together. So we're, like, cutting up this tomato, and my sister-in-law's like, let me bake you a loaf of bread. And I was like... What?
She just baked a loaf of bread?
started doing her British, what the fuck is that show? Baking Off.
Great British Bake Off.
Great British Baking Off.
Great
British Bake Off, I think.
I watched the show.
She was doing the accent, Paul Hollywood, and she was kneading the bread and made me a loaf of bread and sent me home with tomatoes and bread. I had some hummus and had sandwiches for the rest of the day. Then the next day we made the house got the bread and we made some chicken and.
Dude, I love, my grandma had both my grandmas had really green thumbs like that. Like they just, one of my grandmas just had a garden of shit.
Yum, yum.
And my favorite was homegrown tomatoes with just salt and pepper on them. Salt and pepper. Just eat them just the way they are.
Bread, tomatoes, and some salt. I've never actually put. It's funny because I don't know how, but it was just raised only having salt on tomatoes. I've never actually put pepper on tomatoes, and I don't know why.
Do salt and pepper.
Yeah,
It's just
It's so good.
And I don't usually I don't like tomato soup. I don't like ketchup.
People just have a lot of people just have never had a homegrown tomato before. It's
different.
Good. I was
different.
It's
different
every
dude.
time. It's so good. I could even eat a homegrown onion.
Honestly, my future
so much more.
Mother-in-law got kind of
tomatoes.
Yeah, dude. She made us cucumbers. We have cucumbers in her. She's got it all.
I didn't know.
Jalapeno. Yeah, she's really gotten into it. She'll probably give you some stuff.
Oh my god, I would literally make a whole big deal and get all
chives.
I love green onions.
She'll do it.
I will take it all.
She'll love if you were to ask her about it.
Yeah.
She would.
Tell me about your garden.
Tell me about your garden. She'll be like, oh my god. She always does. She always gives us something that she's got a bounce.
That's what I love about garden ladies.
I just can't. I don't have the time, nor have I had the patience with plants in general.
Do you see my plants over there?
Plants are thriving, and I can't.
Oh no, they're not.
Oh, they're not. Oh, sorry.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I just don't have a green thumb. I just don't. I've never had the patience for it. I don't really care to. And I don't really care. Plants are not my therapy. I'll be the unpopular opinion as of now because it's people are plant people now. Everybody is. It seems like my sister's a huge plant person, can grow anything and everything. She's got all types of plants, dude. She's got Swiss cheese plants. She's got types of palm.
Sorry.
No, she's got a whole area designated of her. She's got trees, indoors. Swiss cheese plants. You ever heard about that? It's a plant. I hadn't heard of it. It's a plant.
I love Swiss cheese.
It doesn't look like. It's holy leaves, kind of. They're made that way, but yeah, it's wild. I just never have. I can't even keep, I have an orchid in my house right now for my birthday dinner, and I know for a fact.
It's a flower. Those are always die. Those die.
They do die,
Flowers
but there's, yeah.
That's
what I tell myself, at least.
Just give it to Diana. Does this, just message her, is this gonna die, or do I need to do something to make it live? And then she'll be
I bet she would know.
You'll be the plant.
She is so planty. She knows and not just plants, all of them.
Wait till you come over.
How did she get so good? Is that what her mom did?
Her parents have a greenhouse. Run they
legitimate.
Source the city a lot, kind of thing, for plants and vegetables and stuff like that.
Really?
They have their own rainwater
reservoir.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Or I was gonna say basin.
I think somebody was telling me. I think it's illegal to source out your own rainwater unless you have some type of
probably
license.
You're in a capitalist country.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. I was like, that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
You can't do shit. You can't even ask. You can't even perform on the street sometimes. Without a license or something.
That's what we were talking about the other day. I was like, you really can't. They say you're a
can't do
person. You can't do
shit. No, we're not free.
We're both
free. We're
If
anyway.
you don't have a phone.
Anyway. Wait, you can't vote if you have a felony?
No.
I didn't know that. Well, I've never had a felony.
No. I am not. Contrary to popular belief of you. That has been expunged off my record, but you can't vote if you have a felony. Any type.
Crazy.
If you had possession of marijuana and it was a felony back in the day, you can't vote. Isn't that crazy?
Is it 7 years to get expunged?
Depends on the crime.
Oh.
But typically, yeah, if it's a non-violent crime, 7 years. About what it takes to fall off your credit. Anything that you have. 7 years is the magic number.
Something about losing your taste buds every 7 years too, I think.
I think you're right about that. Or changes, like they yeah. Which is accurate, because there's a lot of things I've changed. What did I just say? We're in the wrap-up period.
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We made it. We made it longer than this was like our longest period that we thought. But I think we really had some good, you know?
Don't talk about that stuff.
Why do you hate it?
Because it makes me uncomfortable it feels meta. Like it feels weird us talking about the podcast on the podcast. It's like The Office or something, you know?
We are The Office.
No. I only watched the British one.
Dude, you're lame. God. I literally have a video of her saying like, well, sometimes I like mainstream stuff, sometimes. And this was like back when you lived in California, when like I went out and visited you. I just had that small snippet of you, and I was like, that's your entire fucking life.
I have a snippet of you shattering a pipe.
Which is not me. Not me.
I know, it was only a second long video because I meant to be filming something else, and then I filmed it, and instead I started filming right when the shatter happened.
The shatter of and it was, you were like, and then
I got excited, like I was like, and then I was like, did you just break something? Cause she don't break nothing. I break everything. She don't break anything.
To this day, I still get pissed about it. Like those are the things that engrave in my brain. I'm like, that was stupid of you.
Mine, the things that get engraved in my brain are when I do something because somebody wants me to and I don't want to, and then I think about it for like 3 weeks. Like I sang this fucking karaoke song, you were there. I haven't stopped thinking about that night when I was at Missy B's, and like,
I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you did that.
I hated it the whole time, and I hated it the next 3 weeks after. I was just like, remember that time that you sang that stupid Amy Winehouse song with that girl that you didn't know on stage just because your friends were like, yeah, I'll do it. And then the girl was like handing you a mic, and she's like, I did this for us, and I didn't even know her, and I did it anyway. And Terry took a video of it, which made it worse because then I saw it on Instagram the next day, and I was like,
that's like one of those cringy moments for you, and you're like, I never want to look back this moment,
and then
but I'm gonna keep looking back at this moment.
It was bad.
Sorry for you.
And it wasn't even
that bad.
Amy Winehouse song.
It wasn't. I will say that much.
It was the bad
You still
one.
killed it. You still really went up there with some confidence.
No,
I would have never.
There was no confidence.
Somebody would have handed me a microphone, I would have been like, right back at you, dude. There's no way you're getting me up
I was
there.
like,
I won't do karaoke.
She picked it up for us. Like, this is why I don't talk to strangers. When we're talking about small talk, I pick weather because I don't want to know about you. I don't want you to know about me. I'd rather this be over.
Stuff.
What's the weather today? It's good. Hot. Oh no, it's humid. Yeah.
100%. If somebody starts talking to me about weather, I absolutely know that they are not enjoying the conversation.
Yeah.
I will out myself immediately. If somebody absolutely
Thank you.
No, I would. I'd be like, bye.
That's exactly what I hope for.
No, dude, I don't mind being a bitch to people I do know. I do have a problem with being...
I'm not being a bitch.
Not a bitch. I just have a problem with not... I have to be welcoming to everybody that I first meet. It's just in my... It's me.
I know, that's... I'm like...
That's me.
I'm way
You
more...
can
now that I think about it, I definitely am like... When someone first comes in. Or
Always.
Like when
You always are. You're skeptical as shit.
I just realized that.
Like, you're just like...
But I warm up.
You do?
I warm up.
You do. Well, and
we go like this.
I think because of our career paths, there's a reason why you are the way you are, and there's a reason why I am.
I think my friend group in Seattle just fucked me up sometimes.
You also were like a streamer, so like people getting weirdly close was like...
Yeah, I don't like it. Don't tell me, don't talk about me right off top. I don't want to talk about me. I'd rather everyone talk about what they're talking about first, and then I'll say something afterwards. I've been noticing, actually, now that you say that, I'm actually, like, the last time I was at someone's, like, little gathering, like, I was, like, everyone's like, oh, so what are you guys doing? I just waited for everyone else to say something, and then didn't say anything if they didn't prompt me, and then when they did, I was like,
that's funny, too.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I do.
Yeah, dude, you're very cautious about it. You're very just, like,
well,
skeptical.
We're a great team.
Yeah.
Unless we're trying to get rid of a guy at a bar. Then we're not a great team. We'll work on that. You need to make like some code word or something so that you can be like, okay, yeah, just be mean. and then I'll just be like, can you please leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just give you. I'll be like.
No, don't. It's gotta be something really specific, or I'll just be like
eggs.
Okay, yeah. I'll be like, hey, you gotta go.
But like intense. I'd love to see something like that. My bold self as soon as I'd see something. Because like, don't get me wrong, I don't have an issue sometimes.
Like, I'll be a little like chihuahua in the back.
That's great.
Well, not a chihuahua, because they're kind of like always like this, even whenever they're chilling. But I'm like, I'll be stoic until.
Stoic.
Oh, you love that one? I forgot you love that word so much. I said it to her, and she was like, "Ooh, everyone should say that word." Because I said you were stoic too. And you were like,
stoic. What a word! I just haven't heard that in so long. Literally, this is probably grammar of.
Since you took a grammar class?
Yeah, you remember when you'd have grammar and.
I think we just called everything English.
English, language arts.
Yeah, language arts.
Grammar and English and all that other stuff. Stoic just is such a pretty word.
Man, so it's August. We started this in...
May.
No, don't tell me that.
May 30th. Very, very end of it.
We're two busy ladies, but now it's crunch time.
There's also our 4th episode.
Yep.
So calm down.
Mm-hmm. But now we got this.
But you think about it. I won't say it, because you don't want to talk about it, so never mind.
I was just going to think of something to kind of wrap us up this time, because we found out that we're kind of bad at this.
We're bad at wrapping up, but we just need to recap on what we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about the engagement party next time we...
Oh, yeah. Float trip. Also, it's a big one.
We've been talking about the float trip for a long time. It's actually going to happen by the next time that we do a...
I'm going to come back with a broken arm.
We're going to release. We're going to release also. So, like, we're going to have a podcast. We're going to release. Like, this is going to be a legit thing. It's not just going to be us sitting in a room.
Empty room. Filming ourselves. You know how many people do this? It's crazy. It's crazy to think about.
It is. It's pretty wild.
But coming to fruition.
And we have a lot of birthdays coming up too.
All my Leo friends.
That's the whole reason why we're doing the float trip anyways.
So many Leos.
Ever since you told me that there's been a lot of Leos, now I feel like I'm surrounded by a lot of
how many Leos are around.
So, lots of birthdays.
What the fuck was 9 months ago? And why are all of them my friends? Like, how...
Homie, Christmas. The fuck?
Christmas was 9 months ago?
Yeah!
I can't math. Months. I barely know my months. Okay.
Backtrack it. 1 month after that. We're December, dude.
Gotcha.
We're just holiday season. Holiday season babies.
No. Oh, wait, yeah.
Christmas time babies. Like, I was probably absolutely a Christmas baby. So was most of the people you probably know that are Leos.
It's a magical time of year.
People are feeling the spirit.
Wonderful time.
The family
of the year.
I sometimes get excited about Christmas.
I fucking love Christmas.
I do. I'm just
all
not there
holidays.
yet.
Okay. Anyway, we gotta go.
Yeah,
we gotta go. Bye.
Bye. Bye. We gotta go.
So
See you later. This is great.
Yes. Bye.